Hello everyone. Today we will see how to add elements in an array. So our first method is naive approach. So in this approach or in this method, we will make a new array and copy the elements of the existing array with the help of for loop. So I am writing a method which will be of int array, and it will contain an array which is integer and an integer parameter. Now I will first create a new array with this array's length, and the number is the new element which we have to add in the array. So this is, I'm writing my new array. I'm actually creating a new array, and it is one dimensional, and it is of length a dot length plus 1. Okay, so basically this is a dot length plus 1. So I've allocated an extra place plus 1 for the new element to be added. Now I will write for loop for int I equals to 0, I is less than a dot length. Why? Because I'm traversing or iterating or going through each element of the array and copying those elements of the existing array to the new one. So therefore I'm writing new array index I equals to a index I. Here the elements at index I of the array A are being copied or being transferred to the new array. So here, in other words, we are telling copying the elements of one array to the other by traversing through elements, that is traversing through each elements of the array. Now after that we will write new array index new array dot length minus 1. Why minus 1? Because the index number starts from 0 in an array. Okay, so I'm referring to the last index of the new array, and that last index is the extra space allocated for the extra element to be added. So that extra space will be covered by the new element which is added, which is int num. Now after this I will return that array, that is the new array, not the existing array but the new array. Now I will write the driver code, that is write the output statement in another method, that is in the main method. And before that I will initialize an array, one dimensional array with the values 1 2 3 4. Then the new element to be added is 5. Then I will write the output statement, and as the previous method is a static method, I don't need to create an object. I can just directly call that method. And the first parameter is an array, integer array, so I will write a. The second parameter is the new element number, so I will write num. So this is my final code. Now I will compile it and check what is the output. So as you can see, this address code of the array comes in. This looks like rubbish, but we can fix it with a method. So back to the code again. Here I will import a package, that utility package java.util dot asterisk. I'm importing all the classes of the util. Now there is a class arrays, and in that class there is a method toString where it converts the address of the array to the string, means readable. We can read that array. So now this is the output, and it came 1 2 3 4 5. So this is one method where we can add an extra element. Another method is with the help of ArrayList. ArrayList is a resizable array, means we can change the size of the array. So one thing is I have to change it to integer reference type. I will talk about that later in the video. Well, actually integer is a type of wrapper class for the primitive data type. I will talk about in detail in the ending of the video. So ArrayList integer list, this is the general syntax of initializing an array list or making an array list. List contains elements, okay, like list of ingredients, list of toys, etc. And now I'm initializing or making the size of the array list to be a.length plus 1. Now here I'm using a modified for loop, that is for each loop. In the for each loop, I can traverse through each element of the array A. Now in the for loop, I wrote list.add names. It will copy all the elements of the array to the list, and at the end I'm writing list.add list.size minus 1. That is, I'm adding an element at a particular index of the list, and that element is the new number. Now I have to convert the array list to integer again. So I'm writing integer b, not int b, but integer b, which is an one-dimensional array. And now I'm writing here list dot toArray. ToArray function converts the list to an array, which is present in the util package in the array class. Now new integer list dot size, that is, I'm creating a new integer array where at the same time the list is being converted to an array, and it is of list dot size. Now I will return b. So our driver code is already there. Now I will run it. So what is this? So I found out the mistake. It's this line. I have to remove -1 because I'm not adding the element in the array list not before the ending of the list but at the ending of the list. Now I will compile it, and yes, it's correct. It's 1 2 3 4 5. So basically why I wrote integer is because integer, that is, it's actually a reference type, it's actually a class, and array list allows only a reference value, and integer is a class and contains the references to the instances of the object within it. That is, the int is being wrapped around by an object. That's the speciality of the integer class. It is like a wrapper class for the primitive data types. Means each primitive data type has its own wrapper class, like boolean data type has its own boolean wrapper class. So this is the table showing out main point of differences between int and integer. You can pause the video and watch the differences, and as always, thank you for watching my video.